what's your point of view on the currency? I mean, what should workers or business be focused on? Is it the task and activity, or is it the skill, or is it a combination? You've talked about context and culture. Where should we be focused?
So obviously a lot of my work is on the theory of all of that. So we talk about skills, activities and tasks. Then we talk about competencies, which are aggregations of skills to bigger activities or jobs. And then we start to talk about the fact that we're going into capability. Capability are whole of profession, whole of workforce. So the capabilities, when you talk about it in systems theory, is this organization needs to be capable of delivering this. We're not talking about the activities. They're the components that we put the building blocks around. So the biggest thing, I guess, is the dangers when you're talking in skills. We're getting technology that can then very flexibly build us job architectures and way to recruit and do what we need to do. The Lego block model. If that's the currency, then we're building these Lego block models and doing all wonderful things. Our problem is it actually building the capability? The analogy that I heard the other day was brilliant, where I had a CEO talking about the difference between capability and competency and skills. And they said, I love the Lego blocks. I want to be building all those things. But while you guys in HR are building the Lego blocks, I don't want the bloody house that you're building it in to burn down.
Yeah.
And that's the imperative. The C-suite is responsible for the house, not the building blocks. And so at a systems level, it's capability. So if you don't have the capacity in a workforce to deliver your strategy and your culture, then HR and talent have failed. At the moment, that's the single biggest issue, because as skills are changing more quickly, it's becoming a major cost center. If you can't show the value add at the impact on the whole of the organization, you can only show it at a jobs level, then it's not the currency. That's why we use capability, because capability is the currency, because it's got building blocks that include skills and behaviors. It speaks to culture. It speaks to the performance you need for your job. But most importantly, they come together as a capability tied to purpose, which is your company's purpose, not the same skill, not the same behavior that everyone else has. It's your company and what you want to achieve from a framework which is standardized. So it's expressed in consistent standards. We've got 250 companies now. We've got over 500,000 people who are on the frameworks. Every single one of those is consistent, portable, transferable, recognized, lead to degrees. Every single expression unique to each organization and the context they're in. That's the mix that we think you have to get down to, but it's bloody complex. It's fraught with all the noise and all of the things that we're talking about. This conversation we're having, you can't sit down and have a board level conversation about this, and no HR department would usually want you to have this conversation, because they're interested in the tactical and operational, because that's what they can control and that's what the professions want them to focus on.